But there seems to be an extra level of sincerity, not only from him, but the journalists who cover Congress. Seems like it's really for real. So we believe it.
Well, sure, we believe it in the same way that we believe anyone who says that in Washington. But look, I think you have to put it in the context of an election season that is not going to fare well for Republicans. You know, Jack Kennedy famously wrote a book, Profiles in Courage. This resignation is anything but that. Paul Ryan is facing 40 Republicans who are choosing not to run for re-election in the House. And coupled with that, poll after poll after poll showing that Republicans are going to have to fight to hang on to the majority in the House if they can even hang on to it. So if anything, this is more tantamount to Paul Ryan waving a white flag and then jumping off a sinking ship first instead of last.
Okay, so is Paul Ryan, the GOP, are they waving a white flag?
I don't think they are. I mean, nobody can lose as much as Nancy Pelosi has over the past decade or so, and they keep her around. So he'd probably have a job for a long time if he wanted it. I think he really is just tired. This has been a heck of a last 2 years for him to go through. There was rumors he was going to run for president years ago. You know, there was this back and forth. He, lost with Mitt Romney. The guy's been through just a stressful time, and I think he does actually want to spend some time with his family.
Okay, so first things first, does this change anything between now and January? Will Congress, the Republican Party, him as Speaker, still operate as normal despite this looming kind of in the background?
I think so. I think you're going to see guys fighting for front, too. You're going to see a lot of folks starting to step up and try to get more TV time on the Republican side, of course. You're going to see more Scalise. You're going to see more McCarthy. I think one of the sleepers here is going to be Bill Flores. So you're going to see a lot of movement there politically. I don't know that they accomplish much more on their agenda, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Speaker's doing his caucus any favors by leaving this long of a runway for a leadership race, because
well, he was up against the filing deadline, so it was going to come out sooner rather than later.
Fair enough. But what he could do, he could have chosen to step down immediately. There are any number of things he could have done, but to leave Scalise and McCarthy hanging out there in this sort of silent race, especially again with the midterms coming up, when, if anything, this caucus needs unity, they need a leader, they need cohesion. This is creating uncertainty, I think, in a way that will not be helpful for the caucus.
All right, so are Democrats right to say that the writing's on the wall here? You see the Speaker's not running, all these other people aren't running for re-election. It's going to be, we've heard this term a lot today, the Democratic wave is coming.
Well, if Republicans win, it's going to be by a very, very slim margin. So, yeah, there is a wave coming. I think they've got a lot up against them, but I don't think it's going to be a landslide. It's not going to be a huge wave, but it will be a little bit of a shift there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a fair point, because keep in mind, like, these districts are so gerrymandered that if Democrats do win, it's going to be a pretty sea change moment, and it's going to have, I think, much broader political implications, not only for Democrats retaking the House, but for the White House especially.
It's my understanding that there's a very well-financed Democrat running in Ryan's district as well, and now a newcomer GOP coming in might have a tough time against somebody who's raised so much money.